And good evening, everyone, and welcome to V93's coverage of the Kansas Class 4A State Basketball Tournament. As I'm sure you can already tell, we are very close to the Lynchburg High School pep band, but we will fight through that the best that we can. And a little bit of a different feel tonight, Tony, as we're not in Salina. We are at the host school of Lewisburg. Coming in at 15-6, hosting the Vikings, who are 12-7, and of course all of this is related to COVID-19, of course. Nobody's going to Salina until the Final Four. But first round state basketball action doesn't get much better than this.
Yeah, it's definitely fun to be here. Hope the kids are excited. I mean, they're out there warming up right now. Look like they're, carefree. So hopefully we can play with some energy and go out, and play like we have nothing to lose.
Yeah, I was just thinking on the bus ride up here, we've had a lot of bad luck at Salina recently, and so maybe it's a good thing we're not playing in the first round in Salina. And I know Lewisburg, only about a 500 team on their home floor this year for some reason. They just don't play as well at home, so hopefully that'll be play in the Vikings' favor. A name you're going to hear a lot tonight, 6'9" junior Julian Margrave for Lewisburg. He is their go-to guy, and he can be a force inside, especially on the defensive end. But surprisingly, even at 6'9", he is Lewisburg's best outside shooter, and he's going to hang around the perimeter a lot tonight. They'll definitely put him down low on some offensive sets, but he's an inside-outside threat, and he'll be a headache for the Vikings tonight.
Yeah, I was looking at the notes that Coach Out gave us, and I think, if we know that he likes to, jump for those block shots,
right.
If we can do a pump fake and get him in the air and lean into him and get him in some foul trouble, maybe, if we can get him out of the game on some possessions, it definitely could make it to where it'd be to our favor.
Right. And Coach Hauk also mentioned to me that they're going to use, assuming that Margrave is guarding Julius Smith-Reese tonight, they're going to use Julius as another ball handler and try to get that guy, when the Vikings are on offense, try to get the big 6'9" guy pulled away from the basket a little bit, and also possibly even use Julius against this full-court press. They'll throw some full-court press at us tonight, and they can play a very stingy man-to-man defense. They'll be right up in our face, and I'm really hoping that the Vikings are going to be quicker off the dribble than what Lewisburg is used to seeing this year.
Exactly. And I did notice that one of their starting point guards, Seiferling, is a lefty, and it seems like sometimes we have a little bit of trouble with a left-handed shooter.
We don't adjust well at times.
So, I'm hoping that isn't a key factor against us, but, as long as we know it, I think we should be. And it does say here, look, Coach Hawk has it. He has it written down as a lefty, so he knows it. So
right, yeah, it's I'm left-handed myself. If I'm playing basketball, which I don't do very well, but I'm always going to want to go left if I can. Yep. It's just like a right-hander wants to go right, and the Vikings will have to be aware of that. And I've watched a couple of Lewisburg's previous games via YouTube. And it's a team that Parsons can beat, but I think the Vikings are going to have to play a really solid basketball game for 4 quarters. They're going to have to put out the kind of effort they did against, say, maybe Pittsburgh, even though that was a loss. And played Pittsburgh within a couple of possessions. And you and I talked about this off air. We can't have any lulls on the offensive end.
Yeah, we definitely are going to have a solid game, a lot of good defense, and knock down some threes. And we've got some guys to knock down threes, so we just need to get off to a good start, and hopefully we can play from ahead and hold it together.
Yeah, we want a good start. Will be pivotal. It's going to be really important for the Vikings tonight. Real quick, I would just want to say thank you to all of our sponsors, bringing you Viking basketball this year for the 2021 4A State Tournament. Labette Health, Merle Kelly Ford in Chanute, State Farm, Betty Bluebaugh, Jock Snitch of Parsons, Finley Maloney Real Estate, Labette Community College, Bartlett Co-op, Katy Golf Course, Labette Bank, Community National Bank, USD 503, also Bowen Pharmacy, Taco Mayo, LCC, Labette Health, and Wood Doolahary. So We certainly appreciate all of our sponsors. I say this about this time every year: no sponsors equals no broadcast.
Exactly.
So we're very glad that we're able to bring you Viking basketball. I guess I'll go ahead and let our listeners also know we are live streaming tonight, and unfortunately it will be the last game of the season. Even if the Vikings win tonight, we will not be able to video stream from Salina. That will be available. I think it's the NFHS network, but you will have to pay for a subscription.
Yep.
And so naturally we would encourage our listeners to just tune in to KLKC. But we got to take care of business first tonight.
We definitely got to take care of the business tonight, and hopefully, like I said, hopefully these boys can just go out there and be like, hey, we don't have nothing to lose. We're not the top team. We're on the road,
right?
And let's go out and have some fun and knock down some shots, and hopefully they can play that way.
Well, before we take our first commercial break, I will go ahead and run down the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. First for the 15 and 6 Lewisburg Wildcats, led by Coach Fanon Steele. They will go with 5'11 junior Michael Seiferling, 6'1 senior Weston Gutterman, 6'1 senior Ben Gutterman, 6'1 senior Andy Hupp, and the big guy, 6'9 junior Julian Margrave. And starting tonight for your Parsons Vikings, 6'1 senior Ethan Hout, 5'9 sophomore Jesse Jones, 6'1 junior Paxton Swanson, 6'2 senior Silas Sickles, and 6' senior Julius Smith-Reese. So those are your starting lineups. We'll take a 2-minute commercial break, and then we'll be right back. You're listening to Viking Basketball on B93.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
184,000, the number of miles between Earth and a doomsday asteroid. And number of combos on Taco Mayo's classic value menu. With choices like that, you can invent a whole universe of combos. Like the Go-Go Supernova, the Bean Bang, or the Maxtra Terrestrial. Choose 4 or more mouth-watering items for just $1 and a quarter each. Taco Mayo's classic value menu. The choices are astronomical.
At Wood Doolahary Insurance, 2020 is over. We're looking forward to a great 2021. The Chiefs are looking strong, and so are we.
Zoom calls are still part of everyday office life, and we're still social distancing.
But the one thing that didn't change, our commitment to customer service. We helped file claims when summer thunderstorms brought wind and hail damage, and continued to find customers affordable coverage options for home, auto, business, and farms. Wood Doolahary Insurance, a true constant in a year of change.
And proud partner of Auto Owners Insurance.
At Labette Health, we've earned our place as a top 100 hospital in the nation for joint replacement. Serving a 6-county area since 1961, Labette Health has also earned national recognition as a respected regional medical center renowned for its comprehensive healthcare services and commitment to high-quality patient care. With over 80 physicians and providers throughout southeast Kansas, Labette Health is 100% devoted to medical excellence. For more information or to find a provider near you, call 620-421-4881 or visit labettehealth.com.
anthem by some of the students here at Lewisburg High School. They did a great job.
With the visiting team, the Parsons Vikings.
And Tony, we are just a couple of minutes away from getting
Assistant coach, Andy Hopper.
Just a couple of minutes away from getting started with the first round of the 4A state tournament. Again, a very different feel, playing it in a high school gymnasium instead of the Tony's Pizza Event Center in Salina. But COVID-19 has changed everything this year for a lot of people, and I just really think this could be the best matchup in the first round, looking at some of the other games. I think Bishop Miege will probably run away with their contest. I think the other three games will be pretty competitive, and I don't see why this one wouldn't be. I think the teams may end up being pretty equally matched. I think here again, what the Vikings can do with Julian Margrave, the 6'9" junior, may end up deciding the outcome of the game. One thing I noticed watching him on film, he does not like contact. He does not like contact, and Julius Smith-Reese, although he's getting up a whopping 9 inches, Julius will body up against anybody.
Julius likes the contact, and he's definitely going to try to get in there and body up, so hopefully we can take advantage of that.
I feel like the Margrave kid he's pretty agile for his size, and but I have a feeling that Julius will be able to take him off the dribble. I think some of those low post moves that Smith-Reese has may give him some trouble, but Julius is going to have to shoot over him, and they have to do some reverse layups, possibly use the basket to keep Margrave from blocking his shot, because he is a great shot blocker.
Dawson Barnes.
Well, Scott, the other sub-state matchups, we got McPherson at Abilene. We've got Rose Hill at Augusta, which is pretty much, they're right there together. Rose Hill and Augusta are only 2 miles apart. And then, like you said, the Holton at Miege. So, yeah, I think 3 out of the 4 matchups are going to be coin flips. I mean, any of those 6 teams could win, but I think Miege is definitely the team that probably will have the advantage.
Tonight's officials, Kevin Downing, Victor Downing,
let's just hope we can get off to a good start. I'm wondering if we'll start in a man-to-man.
I believe that is Coach Houck's plan, to start man-to-man, and we'll zone if we need to later. I kind of wondered who we would. When I first heard that Lewisburg had a guy that was 6'9", I was like, how are we going to play man-to-man against him? But then after I watched him on film, I think the Vikings may be able to do it.
That's
Lewisburg in their home white with purple trim heading out onto the court. Vikings in their traveling blue with gold trim, and we're just about ready for action. The 4A state tournament here at Lewisburg High School. Vikings will get the first possession. Ethan Houck will throw it in. Looks like Lewisburg, as expected, will set up in a very tight man-to-man defense, and we are underway at Lewisburg High School. Smith-Reese gets a screen out top. Off to the point guard, Jesse Jones. Kicks it in the corner to Hickles. He is being guarded out there by Weston Gutterman.
I thought Paxton should have shot there.
Yeah, I thought he had an opening. Swanson to Houck. Houck gets fouled.
Wow, that's
on Weston Gutterman. He picks up his first and the team's first.
Yeah, you're right, Scott. They're on him. I mean, he slipped a little bit and fouled Ethan there.
So Houck gets it in to Swanson. Swanson guarded by Ben Gutterman. Julius goes baseline, cut off, out to Hickles. He puts it on the floor. Vikings being very patient on this first possession. Hickles reverses direction, pump fakes out to Houck for an open three. Spins out, no good.
So close.
And rebounded by Gutterman. Weston Gutterman into the front court. Kicks it in the corner. And Lewisburg with their first possession. Looking inside. Boy, look at Julius bodying up the big 6'9" guy. He was shoving him out of the lane. And the 6'9" guy doesn't like it. He didn't like it at all. So Gutterman sets up the offense, and it's tipped out of bounds, and it will stay with the Wildcats. Just underway, first round action of the 4A state tournament. We are tied at 0, 6:53 to go in the first quarter. We get it into Gutterman. Cutter underneath. double teamed and has it stripped away. Who has it? Ball is loose, and it's going to be a tie-up situation. It'll stay with Lewisburg. That was the quick hands, I believe, of Jesse Jones.
Yeah, I thought Ethan was going to come away with it
So
there.
did I. So maybe that's a good sign. Maybe Lewisburg hasn't seen the athleticism of the Vikings this season. They get it in. Margrave gets his first touch, backs down his man, turns, shoots, no good. Knocked out of bounds. Yeah, went off Hickles, and it's going to stay with Lewisburg. Vikings will have to do a good job tonight on the glass on both sides, offense and defense.
A minute and a half in, there's only been one shot by each team.
Bounce pass, that's a good inbound play, and scoring is Ben Gutterman, the 6'1 senior. So off the inbound play, Lewisburg gets the first basket, and then the ball is tipped away. It's a steal, and a fast break opportunity for Lewisburg. The layup is missed, and the Vikings come away with it. Parsons catches a break, but they did a nice job of getting back on defense as well. Lewisburg continuing to lead it 2-0 here in the first quarter. Kick it out to Houck. Now to Smith-Reese. He gets into the paint. Nowhere to go. Kicks it out to Hickles. He'll try a three. And can't get the roll, and it's going to be rebounded by Lewisburg. So the Vikings have tried a couple of threes, couldn't get either one to go down.
Definitely not the start we wanted there.
So 2-0, Lewisburg on top, 5:50 to go in the first quarter. Seiferling gets it out to Andy Hupp. It's over on the left wing to Gutterman. Here's a three-pointer from the top of the key. It's well off the mark, rebounded by Smith-Reese. Quickly up ahead to Hickles. He's going to try to outrun everybody. He has his pocket picked. Great defense by Ben Gutterman of Lewisburg. Wow. This is a very good defensive team, but did a great defensive play by Hickles at the other end. So both teams playing good defense. 2-0. Lewisburg on top. 5:20 to go in the first quarter. Jesse Jones tried to get it inside, and it's knocked out of bounds. I think he was going to maybe try to get it off to Houck, and it was tipped out of bounds by Lewisburg. First sub of the game will be for the Vikings. Cedric Webb, 6'1 junior. He will replace Jesse Jones. See if the Vikings can get the ball in the basket here. Houck from the baseline, way out top to Hickles. He'll be picked up by Weston Gutterman of Lewisburg. 2-0, Lewisburg on top. First round action of the 4A state tournament. Houck on the right wing. Wants to go baseline, cut off by the 6'9 Margrave. Now gets it to Julius. Smith-Reese looking to make a move, lost it off his leg.
Hey,
and it's a turnover. Here comes Gutterman with it. Pulls up, gets it to Margrave. Now Margrave sets the screen out high. Baseline shot off the mark, no good, and rebounded by the Vikings. Gutterman couldn't get it to go. So both teams pretty cold from the floor here in the early going. 2-0, Lewisburg on top, 4.5 minutes to go. Wide open, three-pointer. It's off the mark by Houck. And somehow
Julius had it right through his arms.
Margrave ends up with it. He wants to keep it himself. His shot off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Hickles. The Vikes look to run. 3-on-1 break. Webb into the paint, can't score. Houck gets an offensive board, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. So almost 4 minutes into the game, Tony, and the Vikings don't have a single point. Fortunately, they're only down two.
Seiferling picked up the first foul.
You have to wonder if both teams might be a little bit tight, knowing this is a state tournament game. Houck's free throw looked perfect and drops through.
Yeah, if we can make both free throws and it's 2-2, and the way we played, I feel pretty good about that.
So 2-1. Second free throw is good. So we are tied at 2 points apiece. And here comes Lewisburg looking to break the tie. Gutterman walks the ball into the front court, picked up by Webb. Gets it over to a sub, Dawson Barnes. Here's Margrave for three. He got it. We had mentioned that in the pregame. He is their best outside shooter, and he gives Lewisburg a 5-2 lead. Houck wants to try for the tie. It got blocked. Yeah, it got blocked by the big 6'9 guy. Vikings have not played a guy with that much length all season.
Wow.
Penetration, ball lost out of bounds. It's going to go over to the Vikes. Nice defense. Parsons has played really good D here in the first quarter, as has Lewisburg. Houck's going to head to the bench, replaced by Paxton Swanson. Lewisburg's going to go with a bit of a 1-2-2 press here.
We're in desperate need of our first basket.
Yes, we are. Jesse Jones with it. Almost threw it away. Smith-Reese out to Jesse. Now over to Swanson, guarded by Barnes. Paxton penetrates. His floater in the lane. Can't go. Vikings just cannot get the ball to go in the basket.
Oh, he threw it away.
And, yeah, the Vikings almost had a steal in the backcourt. Gutterman guarded by Swanson out at half court. Vikings playing great on the defensive end. They are do not have a field goal yet here in the first quarter. Oh, a wide open three. It's an air ball. And it is saved by Lewisburg off the air ball, and putting it off the glass is Michael Seiferling. So a good start now for Lewisburg as they lead at 7-2, and they are really putting the pressure on the Vikes. Jesse Jones gets around his man, scores off the glass, and there it is. The Vikings have their first basket. Jesse was able to take his man off the dribble quite easily on that possession. So 7-4, Lewisburg by 3, 2:35 to go in the first quarter. Margrave at the top of the key. Gets it to Barnes. Over to Seiferling on the left wing. Shot from about 10 off the glass is going to go down. Connor Bowes, 5'10 senior. Back to a 5-point lead for Lewisburg at 9-4. Vikes get it up to Smith Reese. He wants to take it himself. Cut off in the paint, kicks it out to Hickles. He'll try a three. Off the mark, no good, and knocked out off the Vikings. So Parsons not shooting well here in the early going, Tony.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. If it gets getting further down than this, we could definitely be in trouble.
Yep, it's going to be hard to score inside when Margrave is in the game, so the Vikings are going to have to shoot well from the perimeter, and they haven't got it going yet. Maverick Rockers checking into the game now for Lewisburg. They lead at 9-4, minute 55 to go in quarter number one. Bowes with it. Off to Barnes, now out to Rockers. Margrave, he wants a guarded three. In and out, no good, and knocked out of bounds by Lewisburg, I believe. Sure enough, it'll go over to the Vikes. So 9-4, Lewisburg on top by 5. Really a slow start for both teams, but obviously more so for the Vikings. They have 2 free throws by Houck and a driving layup by Jesse Jones, and that is it.
Margrave first quarter. Not afraid to shoot the three.
Not at all. Jesse Jones.
Oh, Ethan was wide open for Margrave.
Margrave with those long arms.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that length is hard to get used to.
Yeah, Ethan had a layup.
And Houck will throw it in from the baseline. Finds Jesse cutting to the basket, but he couldn't get rid. Now the ball knocked out of bounds. Quick hands by Seiferling. It's going to stay with the Vikes. Houck will try again, throwing it in from the baseline. Down to a minute 24. Here in quarter number one, Lewisburg leading it 9-4. Get it into Jesse Jones. Oh, a tough three. No good. That was a quick shot.
Oh, that's on them.
Yeah, that was off Lewisburg, sure enough.
Got lucky there. Bowes went up, and
I was shocked that Jesse let that one fly. That was a tough three-pointer from the corner.
I mean, Swanson was like right on top of him, it looked like.
They get it into Smith Reese. Into the paint. He scores! Nice job by Smith Reese. He gets his first basket. Parsons to within 3 at 9-6. Minute 7 to go in the first quarter. Rockers on the far side. Bounce pass to Bowes, and a nice look to Rockers, and he lays it in.
That was a nice give and go there.
They have 5 guys with 1 field goal apiece. So nice job by Lewisburg spreading the scoring around. They lead at 11-6. 50 seconds to go in quarter number one. Webb, spin move against the big guy. Can't get it to go. And rebounded by Hargrave.
Oh, he just walked.
Margrave.
They didn't call nothing.
Up ahead to Vose. 11-6, 5-point lead. Oh, that looked like a strip in the paint, but they're going to say it was a foul on the floor, possibly against Jesse Jones.
Yep, Jesse. That's our first foul.
Yeah, first foul on the Vikings. Only 2 on Lewisburg here in the first quarter, so not the start the Vikings wanted. They're down 11-6, 35 seconds to go in the first quarter. There's the lob into Margrave. Now Barnes going to get it back to him. He'll launch the three. He's good again. 2 threes here in the first quarter for Margrave, and Lewisburg has their biggest lead of the game at 14-6, 23 seconds to go. Vikings having a little bit of trouble with the press. They get it ahead to Smith Reese. Now the Vikings have some numbers, and the layup is missed. And then the Vikings can't get it. Webb tries, and he got it to go. Third effort. Nice job by the Vikings on the offensive glass. 14-8, 5 seconds to play in the first quarter. Will they get a shot off? 1 second. Will it count if it goes? I think they were going to count it, but the shot is just off, and we've reached the end of the first quarter with your score. Lewisburg 14, Parsons 8. We're back in 1 minute. This is Viking basketball on V93.
Hi, this is Brian at Bowen Pharmacy, and we are so excited to have this new compounding lab that we have created and designed to help you choose the different kind of medications that you might need. In here we do compounding, custom medications for you. We could do bioidentical hormones, so that's testosterone, estrogen, progesterone. We could do DHEA. We could do any of those medications to help you level out those hormones to help you stay healthy and better. We could do troches, we could do capsules, we can even do rapidly dissolved tablets, all right here at Bowen Pharmacy in Parsons, Kansas. We even have great diaper rash cream that will help your baby heal and be better and safer in the long run. Once again, we're always thankful that you choose Bowen Pharmacy to be your local provider and to make you better and to help you stay healthier and live longer. Thank you and enjoy the day.
And welcome back to Lewisburg High School. First round action of the 4A state tournament. Vikings have the first possession of quarter number 2. They're down 14-8. Swanson, who hasn't taken a shot attempt yet, goes baseline. Triple team, gives it to Webb, kicks it out to Houck, fakes the 3, now pulls up from the free throw line and may have been partially blocked. I'm going to say it was just an air ball, and it goes over to Lewisburg. So 14-8. Lewisburg with a 6-point lead. They've led by as many as 8. Gutterman over to Rockers as the Vikings do a little bit of press in the backcourt. Barnes on the far side. Rockers with it out at half court. Vikings in a man-to-man defense. 6-foot Smith-Reese on the 6'9" Margrave down low. They're trying to get it down to him. Couldn't do it this time. Oh, nice move, and the layup is going to go down. Quick move by Weston Gutterman. He has his first basket. Back to an 8-point lead for Lewisburg at 16-8. 7 minutes to go in the first half. They continue to go with their full court press. Smith-Reese over to Hickles. To Swanson for 3. It's short. Offensive rebound by Webb. He's playing well in the first half. Houck will try another 3. It's short. Vikings just do not have it tonight, and now a near turnover, but Lewisburg runs it down. They get into the paint, and they can't score over the back, I thought. Instead, it's just going to be an offensive rebound, and putting it in off the glass is Margrave. It's a double-digit lead for Lewisburg at 18-8. Smith-Reese breaks the press, goes up in the paint, can't score. I think he's bothered again by the 6'9" Margrave. Lewisburg looking to run. And then steal. Nice job by Smith-Reese. Vikings need to get a basket. They're down 18-8. Houck into the paint. Puts up a shot off the glass. No good.
No fouls called either.
No, and just no rebounding right now for the Vikes because of the 6'9" Margrave. Rockers fakes the 3. Gets it back to Gutterman. Rockers tries the 3. In and out. No good. Rebounded by Swanson. Up ahead to Hickles. Vikings with only 8 points here in the first half. We have 5:45 to go before halftime. Hickles reverses direction. Bounce pass to Smith-Reese. Gets his big man in the air but can't score. May have been partially blocked. So even though he got him in the air, I think it was still partially blocked. So a 10-point lead for Lewisburg at 18-8. 5:28 to go in the first half. Gutterman gets it over to Ben Gutterman. Down low to the big guy, Margrave. He's quadruple teamed, fouled, and he's a great free throw shooter at 82% on the year. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. He leads all scorers with 8 points. In fact, if he hits his first free throw here, Tony, he will have outscored the entire Parsons team.
Yep.
So very slow on the offensive end for the Vikings, and we knew it would be a struggle to score on the inside, and the outside shots just not falling in the early going. A rare miss for Julian Margrave, the 6'9" junior. We'll have one more. Jesse Jones will replace Smith-Reese. 18-8 is your score. Lewisburg leading the Vikes. 5:21 to go in our first half. Second free throw is good. So 19-8, 11-point lead for the Wildcats. Jesse Jones into the front court, has his Boy, telegraphed that pass, an easy steal, and at the other end, the layup is good. Cypherlin puts it in, and we have a timeout on the floor with Lewisburg in control, 21-8, 5:09 to go in the first half. We'll keep it here at the gym. Want to make sure we thank our sponsors, State Farm, Betty Bluebaugh, Jocksinich of Parsons, Finley Maloney Real Estate, Labette Community College, Bartlett Co-op, Katy Golf Course, Labette Bank, Community National Bank, USD 503, also Bowen Pharmacy, Taco Mayo, LCC, Labette Health, Wood Doolahary, Merle Kelly Ford in Chanute, and Labette Health. So, but Tony, not what we wanted to see in the first half from the Vikings. They've played pretty well overall on the defensive end, I feel like, but no flow at all on the offensive end.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to try to do something, either, try to penetrate, do some kickback threes, but the threes are not going. I mean, every three, I think, has been short.
Yeah, they've all been short, and, we continue to wonder about the health of Swanson. He's had that nagging injury, and he hasn't been as aggressive tonight with his shot after having that that poor shooting outing against Chanute, I believe it was.
Yeah,
we'll see if the Vikings can get it going here.
Definitely need to get something going.
The good news is a lot of time left. Over 5 minutes to go in the second quarter as play resumes. Vikings get it across half-court line. Houck has it. A lot of trapping out of this defense by Lewisburg. Hickles puts the ball on the floor. Now to Webb. Very stingy defense by Lewisburg. Houck got about a three. Gets into the paint. Cut off. Out to Jesse Jones. Jesse from about 17. Got it over the big man. That's 5'9" over 6'9".
Looked like Jesse got hit in the hand there, but they didn't call anything.
So 21-10. Lewisburg by 11. Gutterman into the front court. Picked up by Swanson.
And Hickles guarding.
Yeah, sit
down. Margrave down low now.
And a bad pass, a steal. The Vikes have, that was a foul right there. They didn't call. Webb wants to keep it himself. Kicks it in the corner for a three. It's good. Jones knocks it down. He's the leading scorer for the Vikes with 7. Parsons within 8. Now at 21-13. 4:05 to go in the first half. That was a good find by Webb. And a great shot by Jones. Gutterman gets it over to Cypherling. Now out top to Hupp. A very experienced team. A three-pointer from the top of the key. No good. Battle for the loose ball. I think we've got a foul. No, they're going to call a jump ball. I thought Jesse had position.
Man.
Wow. So on the alternating arrow, it will stay with Lewisburg. Tough break for the Vikes. 21-13 is your score. Lewisburg by 8. 3:45 to go in the first half. Cypherling to Margrave. Back to Cypherling. The lefty puts it on the floor. Tries to bully his way into the paint. Cut off by Jesse Jones. Now back out to Weston Gutterman. Jump stop. Puts it up off the glass and scores. That was a very athletic move by Gutterman. He has 4 points. It's a 10-point lead once again for Lewisburg. Jesse getting some confidence. Kicks it out to Hickles. He'll try the three. Got it! Vikings maybe starting to heat up from the outside. Hickles with his first points. Parsons within 7 at 23-16. 3:10 to go in the first half. Gutterman puts it off to the other Gutterman on the left wing. Ball tipped away.
I think that's us.
Yep, that's turnover. Vikings get it. Viking crowd across the way encouraging the Vikings to stay with it.
Well, Basket here, Scott gets within 5.
Yeah, it's hard to believe. Vikings were down by 11 not just a couple of minutes ago. Now they're down by 7 and they have possession. Hickles looked like he was calling for a screen. Still has the ball and then it's knocked out of bounds.
Cypherling.
Good hands by, 5'11 junior Cypherling. Hickles to throw it in front of the Lewisburg bench. Again, 7-point lead for Lewisburg at 23-16. 2:45 to go in the first half. Jesse almost lost it. Now we'll have to hurry to get into the front court. That's a foul, finally. Well, there have been a lot of reach-in fouls.
That's a second on
Cypherling. And finally one is called. They have let quite a bit of contact go at 3 fouls on Lewisburg and 2 on the Vikings. Houck to throw it in. from the near sideline, having a little bit of trouble. Gets it into Smith-Reese. Julius now to Hickles. Vikings trying to chip away at this deficit. They're down by 7 right now. Bounce pass into Smith-Reese. He's got a smaller man on him. Ooh, they're calling for traveling.
Wow. The guy called it out here. There's a guy standing a foot away from him, doesn't call anything.
Yeah, that's a shame. I noticed that even though Margrave wasn't on Julius, boy, he was inching down there to help out. Try to get a blocked shot. So still a 7-point lead for Lewisburg, 23-16. They have the ball, 2:10 to go in the first half. Barnes at the free throw line, gets it to Margrave, 18-footer, off the mark, and good rebound on the weak side by Swanson. Swanson around the top of the key. So to make a move, pulls up from about 7, he's short, and rebounded out.
He's been short on everything.
Yeah, for a couple of games now. Lewisburg into the front court. Finds a man open. Rockers took steps. He was so wide open, he didn't know what to do. He didn't know if he should shoot or drive, so the Vikings catch a break. So the Vikings need to win this last minute 47, Tony. If they can get this down to at least a 5-point deficit, as poorly as they played in the first quarter, they'd have to feel pretty good. Webb with it for the Vikes. Sit on the floor, out to Houck, guarded by Barnes. Houck back to Webb. Webb goes baseline.
Oh, it got stolen by.
He threw it away. He can get it back. Margrave had to try to keep it in bounds. So minute 22 to go in the first half. Vikes still down by 7. Jesse over the 6'9" guy again. Can't get it to go. And now here comes Lewisburg looking to run. Gutterman gets around a couple of guys. Missed it. And then another reach in that they didn't call. So here come the Vikings. Houck with it, just over a minute to go in the first half. Houck puts it on the floor, and he gets fouled on the way to the basket. That'll be 2 free throws coming.
That looked like it was on those. No?
Was it on Barnes, maybe?
Called on Barnes.
So his first. 23-16, Lewisburg by 7. 1 minute, 1 second to go in the first half. Houck has 2 points. He's 2 out of 2 from the line. 6'1" senior's first free throw, no good. He will have one more. Not a lot of free throws shots so far. 2 for Lewisburg and just 3 for the Vikes, all by Houck. Oh, his second one short. He missed both of them. Disappointing empty trip right there for the Vikes. We'll see how much time Lewisburg wants to run off the clock here. 50 seconds to go in the first half. They almost threw it away. Rockers with it. Gets it out to Gutterman. Looks like they may try to hold for the last shot if they can. They're leading by 7, kicked by Swanson. That'll stay with Lewisburg. I feel like this is a team the Vikings can play with, Tony. They just haven't shot well.
Yeah, Margrave hit those 2 big threes there in the first quarter, and that's pretty much the difference.
Yep. Weston Gutterman with it. 33 seconds to go in the half. Lewisburg leading it 23-16. Get it to Vose. He's being harassed, and as his pocket pick goes out of bounds off Hickles, and it'll stay with the Wildcats. Down to 24 seconds to go. They're going to want Margrave to get a touch here in the final 24 seconds.
And Julius is all over him.
Yes, he is.
Like they're attached.
Boy, great defense by the Vikes. Webb knocks it out of bounds. Good hustle. Vikings staying with it, even though they're struggling on the offensive end. They are really getting after it on the defensive end. Now Lewisburg will go with a little bit of a different setup here on the inbound pass. They get in the backcourt to Rockers with about 22 seconds to go. Again, 23-16, Lewisburg on top. They get it to Barnes at the free throw line, gets it into the big man, and he was fouled underneath by Julius Smith-Reese.
Boy, that was...
After all the contact they've let go, I agree with the call, but again, with all the contact they've let go, it's a little hard to swallow. Julius did kind of ride up under him a little bit, but
I think he would have had an easy basket.
Yeah, he would have.
If they didn't call a foul there.
Lewisburg gets it in with 12 seconds to go. They're trying to set up Margrave for a 3. They couldn't get it to him. 6 seconds to go. Gutterman with it to Rockers. He'll launch a 3. Off the mark, not even close. And the Vikings, oh boy, that was close. That was close, but the shot is going to be waved off as it came after the buzzer. And halftime is here with your score. Lewisburg 23 and Parsons 16. We will take a 2-minute break, and then we'll be back with the Morrill Kelly Ford halftime show. You're listening to Viking basketball on B93.
Hi, this is Brian at Bowen Pharmacy, and today I'd like to visit with you about how you take your medications. Did you know that when you miss 2 doses per week, that's 3.5 months out of the year that you missed your medications, and that can have detrimental effects on your health in a long time period. Here at Bowen Pharmacy, we have this great new machine called the Rapid Pack RX, and what this machine does is it takes all your medications, filters it down, and puts in this nice strip right here that you can pull out of this box. And at any time of the day that you need your medication, it's right here ready for you. Whether you take it 1 a day, 2 a day, 5 a day, or 6 times per day, we can make that happen for you. It's all interfaced with our pharmacy system, and when it runs through, it puts all those times down for you. It even prints the medications on the strip, and you can take it throughout the day without having to take your bottles with you. It helps you stay compliant, helps you stay healthy, and it's going to give you a long life to live to enjoy. Here at Bowen Pharmacy, we're always thankful that you choose us to be your local provider. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
You can't levitate or control animals with your mind. But with over 184,000 combo possibilities on the classic value menu, conjuring freaky taco mayo meals is your new superpower. So try the Mexmerizer, Taco-Pathic, or Cheddar Kinesis. Choose 4 or more items for just $1.25 each. $1.25? It's not make-believe, but it'll make you a believer. Taco Mayo's classic value menu. The choices are superhuman.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Wood Doolahary Insurance, 2020 is over. We're looking forward to a great 2021. The Chiefs are looking strong, and so are we.
Zoom calls are still part of everyday office life, and we're still social distancing.
But the one thing that didn't change, our commitment to customer service. We helped file claims when summer thunderstorms brought wind and hail damage, and continued to find customers affordable coverage options for home, auto, business, and farms. Wood Doolahary Insurance, a true constant in a year of change.
And proud partner of Auto Owners
in the KLKC studios. This is the Morrill Kelly halftime show. Morrill Kelly Ford in Chanute. And Tony, rough first half for the Vikes. In the first half, only 16 points, 8 in the first quarter, and I felt like they actually played better offensively in the second quarter, but only another 8 points. Couple of threes, and then a 2 by Jesse Jones as well. Really the difference, you mentioned it earlier, Julian Margrave, he has 9 points, and it's a 7-point lead.
Exactly.
And honestly, I felt going into this game, if we could keep that big 6'9" guy under 20 points, I felt like we had a chance. And he's only on pace for 18, but obviously the Vikings, they got a couple of threes in the second quarter, but they're going to have to shoot much, much better in the second half.
We missed a couple point-blank shots.
Yes, we did.
And tough getting the offensive rebounds. We're not getting the second shots like they are.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that's definitely the difference. The one thing I did see is, the big guy, he doesn't really look for it down low a whole lot.
No, he doesn't like, he never does really from what I've seen of him. And when you got Julius on him, Julius is a strong kid, and he is really, when he does try to get in the paint, Julius just isn't having it.
He's pushing him out,
And, he could shoot over Julius, but Julius is getting him far enough away from the basket that it's hard for him. So here again, I mean, he's got 1 point from the free throw line and 6 points from behind the three-point line. He's not doing any damage for the most part down low on the offensive end.
Exactly.
Now he's wreaking havoc on the Vikings with his 6'9" length on the defensive end.
He's disrupting anything in the lane. I mean, it's just that's going to be tough.
Yeah, the Vikings don't have anybody over 6'2".
I feel like they got out to a really good start in the second quarter, and I thought it was 21-8 at one point, and then we went on an 8-2 run, I believe. to finish the second quarter, which –
yeah, we had a little momentum going there.
Yeah, they struggled there for the last 3 minutes of that quarter.
And they do struggle. They are a very, very sound defensive team. I think I mentioned to you earlier, we weren't on the air, but in their first sub-state game, they had a huge lead against Paola going into the fourth quarter, and Paola went off on a 14-0 run to start quarter number 4 and made a game of it. And Lewisburg, they can go stagnant on the offensive end. You know, I mean, they only have 23 points. That's not very many. But unfortunately, it's 7 more than what the Vikings could muster.
But we've had some games, Scott, where we've scored low points.
Yep.
And then, Julius, being the second half man that he is, has brought it and scored it in the second half. And we're definitely going to need some of that from him tonight. I mean, him only having 2 points in the first half. I mean, I think that was on a second offensive rebound.
I think so.
So definitely need to have Julius try to be a little bit more aggressive and try to score it down low on. I mean, I know it's going to be tough against the big guy, but he's going to have to get that guy in foul trouble at some point.
I think the third quarter will be huge for the Vikings. It will probably tell the tale, so to speak, because Lewisburg shoots free throws pretty darn well. If the Vikings can get this thing within like a single possession going into the fourth quarter, they'll be right there. But if Lewisburg is able to extend this out to say 10 points
they can just run away with
going
it.
into the third or going into quarter number 4, it could be lights out for the Vikings. Real quick, we'll go ahead and run down the first half scoring for you. Julian Margrave of Lewisburg leads all scorers with 9 points. 4 points for Seiferling, 4 points for Weston Gutterman, 2 points apiece for Rockers, Bose, and Ben Gutterman. So very balanced scoring for the Wildcats, and pretty much the same for the Vikings. They are led by 5'9" sophomore Jesse Jones with 7, 3 points for Silas Hickles, and 2 points apiece for Smith Reese, Webb, and Ethan Houck. So once again, your halftime score, Lewisburg 23 and Parsons 16. We'll take another 2-minute break and be right back. You're listening to Viking Basketball on V93.
When it comes to choosing the best health care for yourself and your loved ones, there are other hospitals.
And then there's our hospital.
The difference is that while other hospitals will care for you,
we will actually care about you.
Other hospitals make decisions based on what's best for their bottom line,
while we do what's best for our community.
If you're looking for a pretty hospital, they're out there.
But if you're looking for the best hospital, it's here.
And here.
When award-earning care is as close as this, there's no reason to go anywhere else.
At Labette Health, we center around you.
Tacoco Loco, Chaseratada, Salsa Lido. On Taco Mayo's classic value menu, you can make a name for yourself. No, really, with 184,000 combinations, we couldn't possibly name them all. Come choose 4 or more mouth-watering items for just $1.25 each. Just $1.25, and you too can be a name dropper. Taco Mayo's classic value menu. Choice is the name of the game.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
And we're back live at Lewisburg High School. First round action of the 4A state tournament. And Lewisburg leading the Vikes at the break 23-16. We have received one update from one of the other state games. McPherson leading Abilene 22-10. And from what I've seen from Abilene this year, that's not all that uncommon. They win a lot of games, but they don't score a lot of points, but they are down by 12 at halftime. As we get going in the second half, Vikings have the first possession. Vikings need to come out and have a great start here in the second half. They're down by 7. Swanson for 3, rounded off, no good, and then looked like there's going to be an offensive board for Smith-Reese, but it was poked away by the 6'9 Margrave.
Yeah, Paxton Swanson scoreless in the first half, Scott.
Yeah, he's got very often.
He's got to get it going.
Margrave kicks it out to Gutterman. Now Hupp has it. Tries to get around his man, kicks it out to Seiferling. Goes baseline, back to Hupp. Gutterman will try 3, and his is good. Good ball movement by this experienced Lewisburg team. They have a lot of upperclassmen, and they go back up by double digits, 26-16. The Vikings have work to do, 7:15 to go in the third quarter. Jesse Jones working on Seiferling, just threw it away, run down. Oh, that was another foul. Run down by Smith-Reese, gets into the paint, took steps. So not the start the Vikings wanted here in the second half. They were only down 7 and had first possession, but now with a minute in to the third quarter, they're down by 10, and Lewisburg looking to extend the lead right here. Margrave out top to Hupp. Gutterman wants another 3. Off the back iron, no good, but a long rebound to Margrave. Finds a man cutting to the basket. He's fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2. That'll be a foul on Ethan Houck. You know, the Vikings had the advantage of the 6'7 Pierce Thomas last year.
Ethan's second foul.
So Ethan does have 2. And the 6'9 Margrave making things difficult for the Vikings. Free throws off the mark, no good. Gutterman has 5 points on the night. He's now 0 for 1 from the free throw line. Vikings have to make sure to get a body on Margrave. Second free throw, however, goes down. And it is an 11-point lead for Lewisburg, 27-16. They will pick up full court. Jesse Jones dribbles through traffic. Boy, he got fouled, and they finally call it. Seiferling, that'll be his 3rd. I mean, a stingy man-to-man defense is great, but it sure looks like Lewisburg has gotten away with a lot of reach-ins tonight.
Yeah, they brought in Vose real quick on Seiferling.
Yeah, Seiferling will take a seat with those 3 fouls. Boy, Vikings got lucky there. Hickles fakes the 3. Kicks it out to Houck. Puts it on the floor. Out to Swanson. Looking to get it in, gets a screen. Swanson back to Houck. He goes baseline, cut off, and he's fouled and will get 2 free throws. He's done a good job getting to the line. Made his first 2, then missed his next 2. Vikings will need every point the rest of the way. They are down 27-16. 6:20 to go in the third quarter.
Hupp picked up his first foul.
Houck's free throw. Short. He's the only guy who has shot free throws for the Vikings tonight. He's 2 out of 5. Got that one to go, so
50%.
3 points on the night for Houck. 10-point lead for Lewisburg at 27-17. Gutterman into the front court. Brings it over to the other Gutterman. That's Ben Gutterman. Now to Hupp. Hupp doesn't look to score a lot. Hasn't scored tonight. Gutterman with it on the near side.
Yeah, they're just running some clock now.
Yeah, they're being very patient. Now they get it to the big man. Tough shot from 17. He got it. He is a great shooter. And Margrave has 11 points. He's the first player for either team in double figures. 29-17. This may be the biggest lead of the night for Lewisburg at 12 points. They may have led by as many as 13 back in the first half. Great move by Smith-Reese. Couldn't get it to go. Boy, he split a couple of great hustle by Houck. And then it's going to be a tie-up situation or a timeout call, a tie-up, and it'll go over to Lewisburg. So great job by the senior. The Vikings are just going to have to fight like crazy the rest of the way, Tony, because nothing is going to come easy. Lewisburg, a great defensive team. They got the 6'9 Margrave altering every shot in the paint.
And I don't think he's went to the bench yet. I think he's been on the floor.
Yeah, he's been out there a lot. I think you're right. Vikings still trapping. Margrave lost it. The Vikings have it off the trap. Good job by the Viking defense. Three-pointer short by Swanson.
Man, he's just short on every shot.
Yeah, Vikings just have not shot well tonight, and that was one of the big keys coming in, was going to be perimeter shooting, and the shots just have not fallen. They have 2 threes on the night, both in the second quarter. 29-17, Lewisburg by 12. Gutterman sets up his dribble, gets it in the corner to Hupp. Margrave from 18, short. Tip try no good, but a third try coming. Swatted, but Lewisburg gets it back. They still have it. Nearly a steal. And now Gutterman for a 3. No good. Who's going to get the board this time? Lewisburg again, and then hustling for the ball. A foul, number 3 on Ethan Houck. Tough break for the Vikings. They're fighting hard, Tony. But the ball just not bouncing in their direction, at least not on this possession. So 29-17, 12-point lead for Lewisburg. 4:27 to go in the third quarter.
Cedric Webb checks back in for the Vikings. Checking in for the
Houck heads to the bench with those 3 fouls, replaced by Webb. Hupp heads to the bench for Lewisburg, replaced by Barnes. 12-point lead for Lewisburg. If they score here, they'll have their biggest lead of the ball game. They have been outstanding on the defensive end tonight. They get it down low. Triple team, shot put up, no good. Ball tipped away again. Another offensive board. Got a 6th try, and finally a foul over the back on Lewisburg. Smith-Reese fighting hard on the glass for the Vikes.
It's calling Margrave too, so that's his first foul.
Picks up his first.
He's actually had about 4, but that's just the first one they've called.
We have a timeout on the floor. Just a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here at the gym. 29-17, 12-point lead for Lewisburg. We want to again thank our sponsors bringing you Vikings State Basketball, Labette Health, Merle Kelly Ford in Chanute, State Farm, Betty Bluebaugh, Johnson Itch of Parsons, Finley Maloney Real Estate, Labette Community College, Bartlett Co-op, Katy Golf Course, Labette Bank, Community National Bank, USD 503, Bowen Pharmacy, Taco Mayo, LCC, Labette Health, and Wood Doolahary, all bringing you Viking basketball. And Tony, the Vikings just could not get it going offensively. 16 points at halftime, and almost halfway through the third quarter, they've only put up 1 free throw. They're stuck on 17.
It's definitely not been their night so far. They're going to have to get hot.
And they've had some great looks on three-pointers. They've been wide open and just have not been able to get the ball to go through the basket. Pickles gets it into the front court. He's guarded out there by Gutterman. Now to Jesse Jones. Jones to Webb. Webb penetrates. Oh, went right through the hands of Smith-Reese. Little miscommunication. It's a turnover on the Vikes as they continue to struggle on the offensive end.
Lewisburg's not going to be in any hurry to do anything from here on if they get a 12-point lead.
Vikings are going to trap. Bose has it over to Margrave. Boy, and how nice is it to have a 6'9" guy you can just lob the ball up to if you do try to run some clock. Vikes have a trap, and we have a timeout, I believe.
Yep.
On the far side by Typhon and Steele, head coach for Lewisburg. So we'll step away for a 30-second break. This is Viking basketball on B93.
Lewisburg, 30-second timeout.
At Wood Doolahary Insurance, 2020 is over. We're looking forward to a great 2021. The Chiefs are looking strong, and so are we.
Zoom calls are still part of everyday office life, and we're still social distancing.
But the one thing that didn't change, our commitment to customer service. We helped file claims when summer thunderstorms brought wind and hail damage, and continued to find customers affordable coverage options for home, auto, business, and farms. Wood Doolahary Insurance, a true constant in a year of change.
And proud partner of Auto Owners Insurance.
3:34 to go in the third quarter. Lewisburg has the ball in a 29-17 lead. They've held the Vikings to 1 point so far here in the second half. Vikings going to come out with a trapping zone defense. Margrave gets it from the baseline and knocks it down. He's up to 13 points, biggest lead, and a steal in the backcourt.
Wow.
And cutting to the basket for the dunk. And everything going right for Lewisburg as Margrave now with 15 points, and it is a 16-point lead for Lewisburg. They've nearly doubled up the Vikings now. 33-17, and an offensive foul on Julius as he shoved off on the 6'9" Margrave. Coach Houck wanting his team to pick up full court. Yeah, this is the exact opposite of what we wanted to see, Tony. We wanted the Vikings to get this thing down to certainly under 5 points going into the fourth quarter. Instead, they've been outscored 10-1 in the third quarter. And the Vikings are going to have a lot of things go right to get back in this ball game. Gutterman with it. And a foul on Jesse Jones out top. It will be his second.
Man, they're calling
now all of us, touch fouls all of a sudden.
A little touch foul now.
14 fouls on the Vikes and 3 on Lewisburg. Gutterman to throw it in. Ben Gutterman gets it in the corner. They want to get it down to the 6'9" Giant. They couldn't do it. The ball is kicked, and it will stay with Lewisburg. Vikings are probably going to have to figure out a way to start knocking down a lot of threes, Tony, to get back in this ball game. They have one from Jesse Jones and one from Hickles tonight, and that's it. Been a rough night for the Vikings on the offensive end.
Yeah, Swanson he's been the man that's been knocking down threes all year, and in the last 2 games he's just been struggling.
Drive to the basket, shot is no good, but a foul on the Vikings. 2 free throws coming for Ben Gutterman.
Foul number 5, Webb Jr., his first foul, team foul number 5.
Foul goes on Webb, his first and the team's 5th here in the second half. Gutterman 1 out of 2 from the line, make it 2 out of 3. Yeah, this is a shame, Tony, because not only if this score holds up, obviously the Vikings seniors will be playing their last game. Second free throw goes down, but Vikings just never have really been in this one.
No.
Which you hate to see at the state tournament. So it's 35-17 now, 18-point lead for Lewisburg. Webb into the paint, kicks it out to Swanson.
Thought about it, 3.
Yeah, Vikings are going to have to, boy, that should have been a foul. Instead, they're going to call it a steal. Swanson can't believe it. He got knocked to the floor, and they didn't call the foul. Gutterman wide open for 3 at the other end is short, but it's tipped out to Lewisburg. Man, they get their hands on a lot of balls, and he's going to didn't get the roll, and now over the back, finally called on Gutterman.
That's only his first foul.
And the Vikings, they won't be able to hesitate anymore, Tony. They're gonna, if they're open, they need to go ahead and launch and see if they can get, make this thing halfway interesting going into the fourth quarter. Right now, they have another timeout on the floor. 35-17, Lewisburg by 18 with 2:14 to play in quarter number 3. We will take a 30-second break, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Viking Basketball on V93.
It could happen any time or place. You feel a tickle in your face. You move your arm feels weak. The words won't come when you're trying to speak. Folks may think it's all a joke, but it ain't no joke. It's a stroke. Face, arm, speech, time. That spells fast. Better call 911 at Strokes First Sign. Time means brain, so don't waste time. Time means brain, so don't waste time. Act fast. Face, arm, speech, time. Act fast. Face, arm, speech, time. Act fast.
In an emergency, take me to Labette Health.
Well, it has been all Lewisburg, especially here in the third quarter, as they have outscored the Vikings 12-1 in the third quarter. They've only had 2 guys score. Margrave has 6, and Gutterman has 6. That's Ben Gutterman, the 6'1 senior. The Vikings just have 1 free throw from Ethan Howe. Play has resumed. Hickles into the front court. Vikings will have to play their best basketball of the season these final 10 minutes to have a chance to advance in the 4A state tournament. Swanson guarded out top. Trying to get it to Smith-Reese on the baseline. Gets it into the paint, nowhere to go. Out to Swanson. He fakes the 3. Couldn't get it over the 6'9 Giant. Goes up. Fouled from behind. The shot won't go, but Margrave picks up his second personal.
Man, we should have done that like 2 quarters ago.
I agree. So Swanson, who again has that nagging foot injury, has not scored. This is his first trip to the line, and it's good. Sometimes knocking down a couple of free throws can get an outside shooter going just to see that ball go through the basket. The junior puts it up, and it is good. So he gets both free throws. The Vikings still without a field goal here in the second half. They just have 3 free throws here in the third quarter. 35-19. Lewisburg breaks the press. Gutterman goes baseline. Kicks it back out to Vose. Vose almost lost it. Boy, if the Vikings had seen that, I think they could have got the steal. And as expected, Lewisburg going to be very patient on the offensive end. The clock is their friend right now with this big 16-point lead and only a minute 23 to go in the third quarter. Gutterman to Weston Gutterman. Weston gets around a couple of guys, goes up, can't score, but another offensive board. Margrave from 17, got it. He is a great shooter. We talked about it in the pregame. He has 8 points in the third quarter, 17 for the game, 37-19. Lewisburg enjoying an 18-point lead, 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. Hickles, tough shot, can't get it to go, and rebounded out by Lewisburg. Weston Gutterman on the far side will walk it into the front court.
The second looks for them, and no second looks for us.
Barnes from about 10, got it. This Lewisburg team, we knew they were solid, and again, a lot of upperclassmen, and it has ballooned to a 20-point lead, 39-19. 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. How thought about an NBA three. Swanson puts the ball on the floor, goes to the rack, can't score. Boy, he had a good look at it too. Great rebound by Hauk, he can't score. Smith-Reese goes up, and he does score. Great effort by the Vikings on the offensive glass. Still a big lead as the shot at the buzzer at the other end is no good at the end of the third quarter. And Lewisburg in control, 39-21. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Viking basketball on V93.
Hi, this is Brian at Bowen Pharmacy, and we are so excited to have this new compounding lab that we have created and designed to help you choose the different kind of medications that you might need. In here we do compounding, custom medications for you. We could do bioidentical hormones, so that's testosterone, estrogen, progesterone. We could do DHEA. We could do any of those medications to help you level out those hormones to help you stay healthy and better. We could do troches. We could do capsules, we can even do rapidly dissolved tablets, all right here at Bowen Pharmacy in Parsons, Kansas. We even have great diaper rash cream that will help your baby heal and be better and safer in the long run. Once again, we're always thankful that you choose Bowen Pharmacy to be your local provider and to make you better and to help you stay healthier and live longer. Thank you and enjoy the day.
And we are back live at Lewisburg High School, getting ready to start quarter number 4. It'll take a miracle comeback for the Parsons Vikings as they trail Lewisburg 39-21 as we get going in the fourth quarter. Jesse Jones with it. Puts it out to Julius. Puts it on the floor, goes right into Margrave. Now kicks it out to Hauk. Hauk into the paint. Kicks it out to Swanson for a 3. There it is. And that's the start the Vikings needed, and they will have to do that for the final 7.5 minutes of this ball game. 39-24. Lewisburg leading by 15. And from what I saw on tape, pretty good free throw shooting team, so the Vikings going to have to come back quickly. Vikings doing a lot of chasing. This is a good dribbling team, a good passing team. There's a good pass underneath for the layup. And the Vikings are just going to have to chase like that the rest of the way. Pass is going to be nearly stolen. Who has it? Margrave has it. And did he take steps? Yep. It was close. He took steps. Otherwise, it was going to be a layup for Lewisburg. We also want to make sure we thank Woodworth Nursing Homes for sponsoring Viking basketball this year. Smith-Reese into the front court. 7 minutes to go in our game. 41-24. Lewisburg by 17. Hickles couldn't get it to go. Tried to get it over the 6'9" Margrave and couldn't do it. And they lofted up to the Margrave. He's Dribbles up the floor.
Nice
Great pass, and the layup is going to go in for Seiferling. He has 6 points. It was a hard team to have to chase. And then we have a foul, a reach in as Jesse Jones is trying to get to the basket.
That might be on Seiferling.
One thing that kind of surprises me, Tony, the Vikings have had a few looks here. Swanson knocked one down, but they've passed up a couple of open threes. And when you're down 19 in the fourth quarter, you probably don't have any choice but to let it fly.
Yep.
You know, you can't trade 2 for 2 because Lewisburg is just making the Vikings chase and then finding guys open under the basket for layups. Vikes got it into Hickles, gets his man in the air, can't score.
Man.
Even when they're getting him in the air.
Now we get a foul call.
They're having a hard time getting over Margrave. Team foul number 6 as Hickles picks up.
That's just his first.
So it certainly looks like Lewisburg will advance to the semifinals of the 4A state tournament. The Vikings may see their season end tonight as they trail big, 43-24, 6:25 to go. Rockers almost lost it. Cutter to the basket again, and the layup is good. Seiferling with 8 points. Biggest lead of the night for Lewisburg at 45-24. I know the Vikings are disappointed with how things have gone tonight, but poked away by the long legs, or the long arms rather, of Margrave. Layup by Barnes, blocked at the other end by Hickles. Great defensive play by the senior. Swanson puts it on the floor. Vikings just can't get anything inside though because of the length of Margrave. Here goes Smith-Reese, gets it blocked.
Wow.
He did a good job getting right into the body of Margrave, but those long arms got the block. 45-24, 5:43 to go in our game. And from what I've seen of Lewisburg this year, they have done this to a lot of teams. They are an excellent defensive team, then they just threw it away. And the Vikings will get possession. Jesse Jones checking in for Smith-Reese. Ethan Houck gets it ahead to Jesse Jones. He'll get it into the front court. Be picked up by Margrave of all people, and he shoots over him. Almost got it off the glass. Rebounded by Rockers. Vikings with only 8 points here in the second half, and now a reach-in foul on Swanson, and that will put Lewisburg at the line for a 1-and-1. 45-24. Lewisburg leading by 21, just 5:22 to go in our ball game. Gutterman's front end is good. He now has 5 points. He's a 6'1 senior. 46-24. It was just a 7-point game at halftime, but it's been all Lewisburg here in the second half. Second one up, and an offensive board and a putback by Dawson Barnes. Lewisburg has just been the better team here in the second half.
He doubled them up, 48-24.
Biggest loss of the year, I believe, for the Vikings. And ball poked away, goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Vikes. I know Parsons had some trouble with the full court press of collegiate way back early in the year, but I think this will go down as the biggest loss of the season for the Vikings if this holds up. 48-24. Lewisburg by 24, just over 5 minutes to go. Three-pointer by Hickles, spins out.
Man.
It has been that kind of night for the Vikings.
Yep.
They were going to have to shoot well from the three-point line, and they just haven't been able to do that tonight. Margrave puts it on the floor, goes up. Oh, they're going to call a foul. I didn't see it. He gets the basket, and he is up to 19 points. It is 50-24. The Vikings have kind of had to do a lot more chasing than they really wanted to do. And Lewisburg taking full advantage of it as they continue to pull away here in the second half. So that free throw on the way is good. So that's 20 points on the night for Margrave. 51-24. Several subs coming in. One of the Guttermans back into the lineup along with Andy Hupp and also Connor Vose. And still a full court press being applied by Lewisburg, even with this big lead. 51-24, 4:48 to go in our ball game. Hickles tried to get his man in the air. Now out to Jesse Jones. Jesse goes baseline. Out to Houck. And a foul on his drive to the basket. Ben Gutterman picks up his second personal.
Yeah, we just need 9 threes, Scott.
Vikings down by 27 as Webb heads to the bench, replaced by Swanson. Yeah, the Vikings just with 3 made threes tonight, and honestly, I would have thought they would have needed closer to 10. Free throw no good by Hauk as the offensive struggles continue for the Vikings. Goes with it. Out of Margrave. There's another cutter to the basket, and a great block by Hickles. He is a great defender, and he just swatted Andy Hupp. Hickles comes around the top of the key. It's into the paint, kicks it out to Hauk. He'll try a three. It's an air ball, unbelievable. Smith-Reese can't get it over the 6'9" Margrave, so a three-pointer short again by Swanson. And the Vikings were just not able to really put any pressure at all on Lindsberg in the second half. We wanted a good third quarter. Instead, it was all Lewisburg. Here's a shot that is going to go down. It's a three-pointer by Ben Gutterman. He's up to 11 points, 54-24. It is a 30-point lead now. Shot put up by Swanson, no good, but a foul on Margrave, his third. And we have entered a running clock the rest of the way. I did not expect this at all. I thought the Vikings would play much closer against Lewisburg. Free throw no good for Swanson. The Vikings just struggling mightily to score points. Only 8 points here in the second half. This will be their lowest output by far this season. Second free throw goes down. So we'll step away for a 30-second break with Lewisburg leading 54-25. You're listening to Viking Basketball on V93.
Tacoco Loco, Chase Tada, Salsa Lido. On Taco Mayo's classic value menu, you can make a name for yourself. No, really, with 184,000 combinations, we couldn't possibly name them all. Come choose 4 or more mouth-watering items for just $1.25 each. Just $1.25, and you too can be a name dropper. Taco Mayo's classic value menu. Choice is the name of the game.
Yeah, we're back live at Lewisburg High School. It's been all Lewisburg here in the second half. It was 23-16 Lewisburg at halftime, and we still had hope because the Vikings honestly just hadn't played very well, especially on the offensive end, in large part to the defense of Lewisburg. But Lewisburg outscored the Vikes 16-5 in the third quarter, and it was essentially over at that point. They've now outscored the Vikings 15-4 here in the fourth quarter. Lewisburg, with just 2:45 to go, is going to advance to the semifinals in Salina. Still have their starters out there. Weston Gutterman goes around his man, pulls up from about 12. Can't get it to go from the baseline, but they continue to hurt the Vikings on the offensive glass. And honestly, Tony, it really hasn't been Margrave. It's been the other guys.
Yep.
Driving to the basket and scoring is Ben Gutterman. He's up to 13 points. And senior Malachi Gatewood will check in for the first time. Now we have some of the deep subs coming in for Lewisburg. The starters head to the bench. And now they have a date in the 4A semifinals on Thursday. Meanwhile, unfortunately for the Vikes, they will see their season end with a record of 12-8. The Vikings break the press, and pretty much a dunk thrown down by Paxton Swanson. Nice job by Paxton. He's up to 8 points. 56-27 with just over 2 minutes to go in our game. Maverick Rockers gets it over to another Gutterman, Isaac Gutterman. Rockers will launch a three, and he's good. It has been that kind of a second half for Lewisburg. They enjoy a 59-27 lead, and honestly, I can guarantee you Lewisburg isn't 30 points better than Parsons, but they have been tonight. Reverse layup goes down. That's what Smith-Reese can do when he doesn't have to try to shoot over a 6'9" guy down low. He gets to the rack easily, scores and gets fouled. Clock will continue to, well, they did stop the clock. I thought they were going to have a running clock the rest of the way. And it looks like as Ethan Houck, I believe Ethan Houck has just checked out for the final time as a Viking. Hunter Brownwell will get into the lineup for the Vikings. Also checking for the Vikes is Trey Mack, Justin Smith, Smith Ree's free throw is good. He completes the three-point play. And Smith Reese, somewhat dejectedly, heads to the bench as his high school career comes to an end. Tough night for the Vikings all the way around. J.J. Kendrick, 5'11 freshman, will get some minutes at the state tournament. We have 1 minute to go. It's 59-30. Lewisburg on top. Three-pointer from the right wing is good. Knocking it down is Mac Newell, 6'3 sophomore. Everything has gone right for Lewisburg in the second half, and virtually nothing has gone right for the Vikings. A traveling violation not called, and Smith may have hurt himself. Now ball poked away. It's a steal, and Lewisburg has it. They enjoy a 62-30 lead. And I think we have an injured Viking.
Landon Wheat's going to check in.
Yep, Landon Wheat, the freshman, will get to come in for Justin Smith. Tough break for Justin Smith, trying to get a couple of minutes. And he kind of twisted his knee, I believe. They're looking at his right knee.
Yeah, they got him laying down over there.
And that'll give the freshman, Landon Wheat, 6'2 freshman, chance to play 30 seconds at the state tournament. And it looks like Lewisburg, as expected now, can just run out the clock. They just completely dominated the Vikings in the second half, outscoring them 39-14. Wingfield with it. Gives it off to Newell. Just 14 seconds to go. Very impressive performance by the Lewisburg Wildcats here tonight. They were essentially the better team all night long, and certainly were the better team in the second half. Just 1 second to play, and this ball game is over. Lewisburg advances to the state semifinals as they knock off the Vikings 62-30. We will take a 3-minute commercial break, and we'll be back at the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show. This is Viking basketball on B93.